Hi all. Today we can discuss an important topic in project, that is project appraisal. First of all, we can see what is an appraisal. Appraisal means the evaluation of the feasibility of a project. Project appraisal is the assessment of a project in terms of its economic, financial and social viability. Project appraisal is made for both proposed and executed project. Appraisal of proposed project is called ex-ante analysis. It identifies and values the expected cost and benefit of a project. Project appraisal of an executed project is known as post-ante analysis. It determines real benefits provided by the project and establish the effective cost incurred by the project. Financial institutions carry out project appraisal to assess its creditworthiness before extending finance to a project. Now we can see the definition of project appraisal. Project appraisal is defined as the systematic and comprehensive review of economic, environmental, financial, social, technical and other such aspects of a project to determine if it will meet its objective. Now we can see the objectives of project appraisal. Objectives of project appraisal are to assess financial viability of the project, to determine future expected contribution of project alternatives, to determine various cost and benefit of the proposed project, to assess economic feasibility of the proposed project, to assess the technical feasibility and assess the market feasibility, and finally to assess the environmental viability of the project. In project appraisal, we are using different types of appraisals that are technical appraisal, economical appraisal, organizational appraisal, managerial appraisal, commercial appraisal, financial appraisal and market appraisal. First of all, we can see what you mean by technical appraisal. Technical appraisal is the assessment of technical viability of the project and determine whether the project has technical expertise to handle the completion of the project. A business is considered technically viable if it has necessary expertise, infrastructure and capital to develop, install, operate and maintain the proposed system, and the business would be able to deliver goods and services at a profit. It is a technical review to ascertain the project is sound with respect to various parameters such as technology, plant capacity, raw material availability and manpower availability. Now we can see what all the factors affecting technical appraisals. The factors are location and site selection, selection of process and technology, technical know-how, foreign collaboration, plant layout, availability of raw materials, product mix, selection and procurement of plant and machinery, manpower and project scheduling. Now we can see in detail these factors. First one is location and site. In this aspect, all the available locations are initially identified and among them the most optimal one is selected after considering number of factors such as climate and its impact, access to raw material, availability of labor, availability of market, waste disposal, tax concession, tax holidays, government incentives, approval procedure of regulatory authorities are also considered while selecting the location and size of the project. Second factor is selection of process and technology. The process or the technology selected should be optimal and provide ideal quality product and be cost effective. It should also be suitable for the local, social and cultural condition. It should also be user and environment friendly. Next factor is technical know-how. The technical know-how should be arranged through an expert, reputed and experienced consultant. Another factor is foreign collaboration. In case of foreign collaboration, the following factors are to be considered: competence and track record of the foreign collaborator, government approval, suitable technology for local conditions, buyback arrangement, patent and copyright protection and legal dispute. Another factor is plant layout. Plant layout refers to the arrangement of material, equipment, storage and service facility. The primary objective of layout is to maximize production at minimum cost. Another factor coming under technical appraisal is availability of raw materials. The quality of products produced depends on the quality of raw materials. The selection of raw materials should be based on the following: cost of raw materials, transportation and time cost, local availability, continuous availability. Another factor is product mix. Customers have distinct tastes and preferences. Their requirements keep changing and organizations have to adopt such changes. Hence, product mix is considered while making technical appraisal. Next factor is selection and procurement of plant and machinery. The type and capacity of plant and machines depends on the technology and scale of operation. Next factor is manpower. The availability of required number of manpower of requisite skill, where and when required, has to be studied. This covers both the project implementation and the phases. Last factors coming under technical appraisal is project scheduling. The sequential arrangement of project activities in the order in which they are to be performed is called project scheduling. Next appraisal is economic appraisal. Economic appraisal is a type of assessment is concerned with evaluating whether the proposed project is economically feasible or not. It involves estimation of all costs involved and possible benefit to derive from the proposed business opportunity. It verifies whether the benefit and returns from the project justify the cost and investment. It studies net benefit of the project not only to that particular organization but also to the society. We are considering different aspects in economic appraisal, that are market analysis, demand and supply trend, demand and supply forecasting, selling price, demand potential in export market, contribution of the project to employment, national income and foreign exchange earning. Another appraisal is organizational appraisal. Organizational appraisal is the process of monitoring an organizational internal strength and weakness that may influence firm's ability to achieve goals. It helps the organization to identify internal strength and weakness of the firm and enable them to develop strategies for the implementation and the development of the proposed project. Another appraisal is managerial appraisal. The viability of a project depends upon the knowledge, skill, experience and commitment of company's management. The management should have the ability to plan, secure resource and execute the project effectively. They should be able to set clear goals and have the right team in place to achieve them. Manager appraisal is a systematic assessment of determining whether the organization has managerial capability for carrying out the proposed project. Manager appraisal is a technique of appraisal which is concerned with studying the managerial feasibility of proposed project. The aspects of managerial appraisal are: first one is track record of earlier project. In manager appraisal, an evaluation criteria taking into account the past track records of the project management team of their ability to plan, execute and complete a project. Next aspect is resourcefulness of the project. The extension of loan and financial assistance is greatly affected by economic standing of the promoters of the proposed project. Next one, understanding of the business. The level of understanding of the business by the project execution is appraised to estimate the possibility of successful execution and completion of the project. Next is commitment to the project. The level of commitment and seriousness towards the project by the promoters and the project execution team is appraised. Last aspects that's coming under this appraisal is integrity. The personal integrity of the project team is an important consideration. Next appraisal is commercial. Commercial appraisal is a type of appraisal which is concerned with the assessment of the worth of project. It is undertaken to assess commercial viability of the project. A project is considered to be commercially viable if it provides financial returns with minimum risk. A proposal may be considered commercially viable if it is expected to earn sufficient revenue to cover its cost and yield an acceptable financial rate of return during its working life. Assessment of commercial viability is a necessary element of the appraisal to provide grant assistance to commercial activities. Commercial appraisal is to be done to ensure that public money is not wasted on projects that will fail prematurely. Next appraisal is financial appraisal. Financial appraisal is a technique of appraisal which is concerned with studying the financial feasibility of the proposed project. It is a review carried out by financial institution to ascertain whether the project to be financed is financially viable. It is a means to study a project to find out whether it is viable after taking into consideration its total cost and revenues. If the revenues cover the cost of the project, it is considered as a viable project. Thus, the project is feasible if its revenue exceed its cost. Now we can see the objectives of financial appraisal. First one, to know whether the firm is able to bear the cost of resources required for the project. Next one, to estimate the requirement of resources for fixed and working capital. Next is to identify the source of resources, to determine cost of various sources. Next objective is to study the internal and foreign competition. Last objective, to study the impact of government taxation policy. Now we can see the aspects of financial appraisal. In order to judge the financial viability of the project, the following aspects are to be considered. First one, cost of capital. Cost of capital means the rate of return which one may receive for lending the funds. It is defined as the minimum rate of return a firm must earn on its investment to keep the market value of shares intact. Next is source of finance. Source of finance means various ways of mobilizing finance to the industrial concern of the project. The project needs finance to meet long-term and short-term requirements such as purchasing of fixed asset, construction of office building, purchase of raw materials, and meeting day-to-day expenses. Thus, the source of finance must be considered for making financial appraisal. In these aspects, the firm has to consider long-term sources as well as short-term sources. Next aspect is estimating sales and production. Existence of the project largely depends on the sales potentiality of the output. Hence, for assessing the financial viability of the project manager should estimate the production and the sales in future period. The firm employ different methods to estimate sales and production. Next is estimation of cost of the project. For assessing the financial viability of the project team or the project manager has to estimate the cost of the project. The project manager prepares such estimate after careful examination and submit it before the competent authority for approval. While preparing cost estimate, the project manager or project team should consider the following components. First is cost of equipment such as mechanical instruments, electrical instruments, and instrumentation instruments. Next cost is cost of civil engineering work such as cost of site leveling, earth excavation works, concrete works, railway track inside the factory area, and road work inside the work area. Next is cost of erecting, testing, and commissioning. Next cost we have to consider is excise duty, GST, freight, and insurance. And we have to also consider the cost of preliminary expenses, amount of margin money required, land procurement expense, and training expense. Another aspect in financial appraisal is working capital requirements and financing. Working capital means the finance or amount required for meeting day-to-day expenses. It includes the amount invested in raw material, work in progress, finished goods, and other liquid assets. There are two concepts of working capital, that is gross concept and net concept. Next aspect is estimating of working result. Estimated working result means estimates of result of proposed project. For estimating projected working result, projected profit and loss account, income and expenditure account is usually prepared. Sale for the project of income statement is prepared on the basis of sales forecast statement. On the basis of the sales forecast statement, other items like purchases, direct expenses, indirect expenses have to be anticipated. Next aspect is estimating break-even point. Estimation of break-even level of proposed project is another element considered in financial analysis. It is the point of no profit or no loss area, and it can be located in unit or term value. Next one is projected cash flow and projected balance sheet. Estimation of cash position and financial positions are done for ascertaining the liquidity and solvency of the business. Such estimation will help to anticipate future cash position and to predict the financial position of the enterprise. For calculating projected cash flow, cash from operating activities, cash from financing activity, and from investing activities are worked out. Projected balance sheet is prepared from the data provided from the source like estimated working capital, estimated cash flow statement, and estimated operating statements. Now we are moving to the last appraisal, that is market appraisal. Market appraisal is an estimate of potential size of the market for the proposed product to be manufactured. The basic objective of market analysis is to get an idea about the market share likely to be captured. In this analysis, an in-depth investigation is carried on the areas like income and price elasticity of the product, composition and structure of the market, availability of substitute, channel of distribution, pricing of the product, and some legal and government policies. The success of a project depends on the market feasibility, and it has to be done in a systematic and orderly manner. The following are the steps that we are following in the market appraisal. First one is situational analysis. In this analysis, the project consultant informally collects the basic information from customers, middlemen, competitors, and others. The main aim of such analysis is to get some knowledge about the purchasing power of the customers, strategies of the competitors, and the practices of the middlemen. Through this analysis, the organization gets enough data for deciding whether to move with the project or not. Next aspect is collection of secondary data. Secondary information is the data which is collected by others for some other purpose and is readily available in the market. This type of information provides the base for collecting primary market information. Next step is conduct of market survey. Secondary information usually does not provide sufficient data for analyzing the demand condition of the proposed project. For knowing the pulse of the customer and the market, a detailed market survey is highly essential. The market survey may be census survey or sample survey. The following informations are collected through market survey: total available demand, demand in different segments, price and income elasticity, buying motive, satisfaction with existing product. Next step is examining the characteristics of the market. After collecting primary and secondary data, the market analysis is carried on for getting an in-depth knowledge. For analyzing the characteristics of the market, the following factors need a detailed examination, that is, breakdown or split up demand, methods of distribution and sales promotion, preference of consumers, existing supply and competition. Breakdown of demand means splitting up of demand for different segments of the market. Market segmentation may be done on the basis of nature of product, consumer group, and geographical division. On the basis of this distribution, there may be single channel distribution or wide channel distribution. Selection of a channel depends on the size of the market, the type of the market, and strategy of competitors. Existing supply and completion of analysis is needed for getting an in-depth knowledge of the market. Sources of supply, present production capacity, capacity utilization level are analyzed. In addition to these analysis, the completion from substitutes, strategies of competitors in pricing and marketing shall also be analyzed. Next step is demand forecasting. Demand is defined as a desire backed up by ability and willingness to pay for a product or service. The profitability of the organization largely depends on the demand condition of the product. Demand forecasting is the estimation of future demand. We will not be able to get a 100% estimation, but scientifically designed forecasting technique can estimate future demand to certain level of accuracy. Two methods are using for estimation. They are survey method and statistical method. Next step is pricing of product. Pricing is an important element while we market a product. Marketer has to consider the factors that influence pricing. The pricing methods are cost-oriented method, market-oriented or demand-oriented method. Last step is government policy. Government plans, policies and legislations affect the marketing programs and strategies of the firm. These policies affect the import and export control, import and export duties, industry licensing controls. Government plans, policies affect the marketing programs and strategies of the firm. These policies affect import and export market, import and export duties, and industry licensing credit controls. These are the basic appraisal we are using for a proposed project. If the appraisals are favorable to a particular project, we will be accepting that proposal and do it in a detailed way. With this conclude, thank you.